city of Kyoto with history and tradition. As you know, there is a lot of world cultural heritage, such as old temple and shrine, and cultural properties in Kyoto City, so that is a very popular city for not only foreign tourists, but also Japanese people. The tastefully laid out and beautiful Japanese garden surely exists at the historical buildings. The atmospheric garden coordinated with the beauty of four seasons in Japan exists from historical garden to recent one with various size and style. At the corner of traditional housing, Machiya, in Kyoto, there is a small but Japanese taste garden called as inner court, Nakaniwa, or inside court, Uchiniwa, which attract the visitors. Hello everyone, my name is Katsuyuki Nakagawa of Nakagawa Jyuken Corporation. All of Japanese gardens you saw on this video are kind of artworks created by the wisdom and experience of the gardener in Kyoto. Those gardeners always face the garden and provide the careful work and intensive management with their pride and love to the garden. However, Japanese traditional gardens are going to be disappeared even here in Kyoto due to the sweeping tide of modernization. Especially, I feel sad to see such trend that the small garden in the Japanese houses, which was a part of citizens' life and could bring a healing to the residents, is now going to be disappeared from Japanese housing and changed to the modern buildings. Is it only my feeling? On the other hand, you can see the natural rich cityscape by 30 minutes drive from the downtown of Kyoto to the suburb. I am living in the Kameoka city. Here in Kameoka, the trend of modernization is moderate, and the traditional scenery and Japanese houses still remain a lot. The Japanese beauty for each of the four seasons is condensed here by birdsong, murmur of river, glitter of the broadleaf tree, brightness of the sunshine filtering through foliage. Whenever I see this original landscape, I strongly wish to keep the beautiful nature and landscape to the future generation and have such mind that we, Nakagawa Jyuken Corporation, have to provide what only we can do with as many people as possible. My job is the preservation and sales of the Japanese houses, which was built over 100 years ago by the traditional construction method. We call such Japanese houses as Kominka. The pillar and the beam of the Kominka are made of the strong wood material to resist the disaster like earthquake and such natural phenomena as humidity and drying. Therefore, we can reform the Kominka by keeping the original pillar and beam, but taking out the wall and the floor. Furthermore, we can dismantle each of pillar and beam of the Kominka neatly and reconstruct it in a different place, which is called as Ichiku. Although the highly technical skill is necessary for the reform or Ichiku, we Nakagawa Jyuken Corporation has involved many cases of Kominka innovation business so far. We are realizing the coexistence of house owners' modern life and preservation of Kominka by renovating the house with a modern lifestyle and preserving the original atmosphere and safety mind of Kominka. As a matter of fact, this attractive Kominka is also affected by the depopulation trend, and it results in many vacant houses. The vacant Kominka without any human maintenance will fall into decay furthermore. Our mission is to preserve the Kominka as much as possible and to leave it in history. We are proud of what Nakagawa Jyuken Corporation can take over the Kominka from the original owner, look for the new owner, make the reform as customers request, and support the best way of living in Kominka. This is the example of Kominka renovation in Kyoto, Japan. We made a full custom renovation for the Kominka located in the countryside. This is the image of Kominka before the renovation. We will make the skeleton structure by taking out the wall, floor, and ceiling at first. The very few technical building craftsmen who has the Kominka renovation skill make our work of renovation. The ceiling of over 100-year-old Kominka has a large, thick beam hurry in the ceiling. They create a splendid appearance and atmosphere in Japanese architecture. In this case of Kominka renovation, we fully utilize this hurry as a design feature. Since we use the Japanese antique furnitures in various places, you can feel the typical Japanese culture there. We are renovating the Kominka by preserving the good feature and providing a comfortable way of life. We could renovate this vacant and almost collapsed Kominka and succeed it to the next generation. How was it? Could you feel the attractiveness of Kominka? We are now promoting the project related to the business model to export the dismantled Kominka to overseas market. Although we may have to overcome the various difficulty to realize this Ichiku business model to overseas market, we hope to establish this business model in USA under the collaboration with you. We are aiming at the realization of your high quality of life and the sense of sufficiency to feel as if you are living in Japan by keeping this original taste of Kominka and adjusting it to the local way of life. Let's make the dream of living in the real Kominka come true. Since we plan to start the relocating Kominka business in USA, we wish to have the contact from any organization or individuals who has an interest in cooperation with us. Finally, I would like to emphasize that someone will have to succeed to such wonderful thing as beautiful Japan, beautiful Kyoto, beautiful Japanese garden, and traditional Japanese houses to our descendants from now on too. Any tangible properties surely include the people's wish and desire and the various history. It is difficult for us not to change the things continuously at that time when everything is going to be changed. However, we would like to expand the Kominka life adjusted to the future trend with carrying the respect and appreciation for the wisdom and technology of our predecessors. Those argument has been increasing year by year in Japan, but we feel some limitation to do it by Japanese only. Therefore, we highly expect to have your contact with us if you would have the interest in Kominka and our business. Thank you so much for your kind attention.